Hi, this is Zahour from SM JUROR, and today we're going to be looking at the juror misconduct issues in the case of Porretti versus State, which is out of the Nevada Appellate Court. Some points that I want to highlight that we're going to discuss are what to do with related jurors and also the issue of the trial court's admonishments to the jury. Now, in this case, the defendant was convicted of burglary and robbery with use of a deadly weapon. With respect to the juror misconduct issue raised on appeal, defendant argued that the district court failed to properly admonish the jury as to ensure its impartiality. During jury selection, two related jurors, Wendy Walker and Neiman Filter, were questioned about their relationship and whether they could be impartial. Additionally, both parties agreed to randomly pick one juror as an alternate, and Ms. Walker was the alternate, and she did not participate in deliberations. The defendant, however, argued on appeal that these two jurors may have discussed the case and that such conversations amounted to conversations with a third party, since Walker was an alternate. Of significance, the defendant did not argue that a conversation did in fact take place, or that any conversation influenced the related juror or any other member of the jury. Now we're going to do things a little bit differently in our analysis of this case. We're going to go straight to the holding, and we don't normally do it this way, but I think that it will be more effective. So the defendant's conviction was affirmed. The district court's failure to give a specific admonishment to the related juror was not an error. What the defendant was asking for was that there should have been some sort of additional admonishment for these two related jurors so that they not talk to each other about the case during the pendency of the trial. And the appellate court said that that was not necessary. Now let's take a look at some specific facts which were pivotal to the outcome of the case. First, the relationship of the two jurors was identified during jury selection. Both parties questioned the jurors about their relationship and whether they could be impartial. The defendant did not object to or move to strike either juror. Instead, both parties agreed that one of the jurors would randomly serve as an alternate, and Ms. Walker was that alternate. So the first thing I want to talk about here is if there's no objection or no motion to strike either juror, then the issue is not properly preserved for appeal relative to a juror misconduct issue. And then second, the fact that the parties agreed to a plan really hurts you and your case in terms of a remedy, because you have already agreed to a plan and the trial court followed that plan. So you can't then argue on appeal that the trial court abused its discretion when it followed your proposed plan. Okay, next, the defendant's argument involved a lot of speculation as he indicated that the two jurors may have spoken to each other about the case. He doesn't identify any conversation between the two jurors or that such a conversation influenced the sitting juror. He doesn't have any evidentiary support by way of affidavits, juror testimony, or testimony by a third party. So, once again, I want to remind you that speculation does not equal supporting evidence. Next, the district court admonished the jurors at every recess not to discuss the case amongst themselves or with third parties. So this is really important because this is sufficient. Again, the defendant was looking for some sort of additional admonishment specifically focused on the two related jurors that they not talk about the case, and the appellate court said that is not necessary. And then finally, the defendant did not object to any admonishments or lack thereof by the district court. So again, the failure to object means that the issue is not preserved. And that was really one of the bases of his juror misconduct issue on appeal relative to the fact that he did not think that there was enough admonishments because there was not a specific one for the related jurors. So since he did not object to that or point that out at the trial court level, the issue is not preserved for appeal. And that's it for our case law analysis of the juror misconduct issues in this case. Again, This is Nilgün Zahour from SM JUROR. Thanks for watching, because the only evidence you want the jury to hear is in the courtroom. See you next time.